Morning to you once again. My name is Richie B.
DJ Audley in the building.
Morning, Kevin. How you doing, bro? Wow. Maximum respect in every nook and cranny. We're all across the island and we're all over the world as well. Jamaica's newest, latest, and soon-to-be greatest radio station. Bridge!
All my people and all my sons, all you little children, all you women.
I tell ya, it's time for WTF. What the fact? And we're looking at an animal this morning, the koala. Koalas can sleep for up to 22 hours a day. That's where I want to be in my next life. Koalas can sleep up to 22 hours per day. Man, oh man, I can't even put 4 hours in properly.
I'm into that.
Yeah? Oh boy, we're definitely not koalas. No. In fact, koalas need more sleep than most animals because their diet of eucalyptus leaves contain toxins and are very low in nutrition whilst high in fibrous matter. So they take a large amount of energy to digest. So they eat, then they sleep. And sometimes that lasts for up to 22 hours in any one day. See one day looking at me?
Cutie.
You lazy little animal, you. Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, yeah, you can see him just wake up in 22 hours of sleep. Him just get, you know, looks well rested.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, if a koala is listening right now, he might be out there saying, "But I didn't make myself like that. That's how I was created. So what do you want me to do?" Sleep. Just sleep. Maybe it's falling off before I even completed that sentence. To pack in 22 hours of sleep. You're talking about in our 24-hour day. A koala is going to be sleeping like 22 hours?
Yep.
That is almost worse than a 24-hour lockdown. But those are the kinds of facts we give you. If you didn't know before, koalas can sleep up to 22 hours per day. That's it for WTF. What the fact?
Yeah, get them all. Yeah.
All right, so oddly, I have two stories.
Yeah.
One relates to an incarcerated entertainer, and the other relates to an entertainer that was recently incarcerated but also recently released. Which one do you want first, huh?
The
Incarcerated
let's
entertainer.
Go. Yeah.
You guessed it.
All right, let's go.
It's got to be VK, Vibes Cartel. In this story, incarcerated dancehall artist Vibes Cartel, also Sean Storm, and two other men have provisional dates that have now been set at the United Kingdom-based Privy Council, Jamaica's final appellate court, in their bid to overturn their murder convictions. According to Bert Samuels, the attorney for Sean Storm, aka Sean Campbell, the UK court has set tentative dates of April 16 through April 18 in 2024 to hear the main arguments in the quartet's appeal. This date is not permanent. It may be changed, but we're happy to know that finally these matters will be heard by the highest court, the Privy Council. We hope that the appeal will be heard and that we will be victorious, according to Bert Samuels. Vibes Cartel, whose real name is Adidja Palmer, Sean Storm, Kahira Jones, and Andre St. John were all given life sentences in April of 2014 for the 2011 murder of Clive Lizard Williams, which prosecutors say took place at the DJ's house in Havendale in St. Andrew. The Jamaica Court of Appeal, which upheld their conviction in April 2020, later granted the four men permission to take their appeal to the Privy Council over their 2014 conviction and life sentences. Two additional applications were subsequently made to the Privy Council to advance grounds for appeal that the Jamaica Court of Appeal did not previously grant, including the introduction of fresh evidence that Cartel's cell phone, which contained damning text and voice messages linking him to Lizard's murder, had shown signs of tampering while in police custody. The Privy Council denied the two applications on February 15, 2023, but the main arguments remain to be heard next year, even though the new evidence won't be admitted. So that is something to look forward to on next year's calendar for Vibes Cartel, Sean Storm, and the other men in that particular case. And the attorney sounds Like he's happy that at least a date is now being looked at. Although he said it's not permanent, but it means that it's definitely on the agenda for some time. And they would hope sometime next year for sure. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
And Tommy Lee Sparta is the other artist now that we're looking at. He, of course, was recently incarcerated, but also recently released, and will be a headline act at Reggae Sumfest, working this Friday, on Friday night, coming, right? Next Friday night. Now, dancehall star Tommy Lee Sparta has announced his first tour since his release from prison earlier this year. According to Tommy Lee, whose real name is Leroy Russell Jr., the Freedom Tour is being organized by Roots Vibes Promotion and will see the Psycho Singer bringing his electrifying energy and captivating performances to parts of Europe and Africa between October 26th to November 30 this year. He says, I will be hitting the stage in various countries from Europe, including Spain, Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, Sweden, France, and Denmark. He made a post to that effect recently. He also revealed that for the African leg of the tour, he intends to hit a few notable spots, including Kenya and Ghana. I'm also super excited to share that we will be heading to Kenya, Gambia, and Ghana. Get ready! We're going to have an absolute blast together, said the DJ. So we wish Tommy Lee Sparta all the very, very best with that trek, his first tour since his release from incarceration, and he calls it the Freedom Tour. That's it for Update. It's 6:35 in the morning. And it's time now for us to move on to our proverb of the day. And let's hear it.
Hang a basket where you can reach it.
Again?
Hang a basket where you can reach it.
Okay. Hang your basket, if you have one. If you have one. Hang your basket where your hand can reach it. I mean, like, it makes no sense hanging your basket where your hand can't reach it. You know what I mean? Next thing I'll climb up and drop off. But there's a deeper meaning to that proverb, in truth and in fact. It really means don't buy what you cannot afford. Yes, sir.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah, man. The last time I went into a store looking around in the more expensive section, I was just looking around. I wasn't thinking of buying, and I walked out and went over to the other side where me can afford and all I want to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah. So we look, but we're not book.
Window shop.
Yeah, man. How you mean? Don't buy what you cannot afford. Hang your basket where your hand can reach it. All right, that is the proverb of the day. Right now, we have a very important thing to speak about, and it's an interview this morning with the Director of Strategic Planning and Community Development at the Digicel Foundation, who will join us momentarily. Just to tell you that the Digicel Foundation is announcing that the application window for its Good Energy Clean Environment Grant is now open. Just to tell you too that the Good Energy Clean Environment Grant falls under Digicel Foundation's Build Jamaica Grant Program. These grants are issued to community-based groups to tackle the most pertinent issues impacting people locally while creating positive change in Jamaica's most vulnerable communities. Since its inception, the foundation has awarded a total of 846 grants, impacting over 250,000 people across the island. Isn't that fantastic? Well, let's move on now to our interview. Our guest, Miguel Steppa Williams, joins us at this time. Good morning, Steppa.
Greetings, blessings, and more life to you and your listeners, man. Give thanks.
Yes, King. Great having you on the program, man. Happy to hear of all the wonderful things that are going on and the impact, that positive impact that Digicel Foundation is having across our country. Steppa, maybe you could tell us at the very start sort of a little bit more about the foundation and the Build Jamaica program and what's the focus for this year.
Well, you know, Digicel Foundation, I mean, come next year, we are really going into our 20th year as a foundation. So, you know, we have been around and doing the work. We have three main columns that we function under: community development, education, and special needs. This portfolio that we are talking about this morning comes under community development, which has us going into the grassroots, not just Kingston and St. Andrew, but island-wide into the deep rural remote spaces, doing development with community development organizations. So, and this grant this year, the Build Jamaica grant, is usually our biggest grant.
Okay.
And I used to say to people, it's not a lot of money. It's like 2.5 million per grant, but it's a good money to do something. It's focused on good environmental practices this year. So we call it the Good Energy Clean Environment campaign.
Yes. So, who are you targeting then? I suspect like registered community groups and youth. Are you targeting farm groups, educational institutions, and so on?
Definitely. We're targeting registered community-based organizations, and that definitely would include farmers organizations, farmers groups, youth clubs, sports clubs. Sometimes we do get even schools applying for grants as well. And that is very much in our portfolio. So you find that is really who we are targeting. Grassroots entities, we'll be all over the place pushing these campaigns, and I mean, we are never short of applications based on how people are established in making these applications.
So you suspect and you expect that you'll get a lot of applications this year. But how does one apply really?
Well, I mean, all over social media. I mean, there's the social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, but there's also the foundation's website, www.digicelfoundation.org, where you can, once you touch the site, it will drive you to all the relevant information for you to apply. And I say to people, feel free. People call in on the line. People will visit our retail stores sometimes and they get information on these grants. So it's really a wide gamut of how we spread it.
Does your plan include going into communities and sort of highlighting this project? And will you be sort of connecting with communities as you go along in promoting this facility?
Most definitely, Richie B, because we find that we alone cannot do it. So our core partners, we have the SGC that we will partner with and go in. We partner with RADA, we partner with JSAFE, we partner with a lot of foundations that we spread the good word about what is happening. So we visit a lot of community groups on the grassroots level to, guide them on the application process. Because people will be doing great work out there, but the application process is another level of how they elevate themselves to access these funding,
I hear that you'll be making a stop in Manchester soon. Is that right?
Yes, man. Most definitely on Friday we'll be there in the park bringing that type of information with the Digicel team. Because we find that when we go out and interact with people, it creates an opportunity to hear from them and guide them to these grants as well as other opportunities the foundation may have to offer.
So you mentioned the park. Is that the park in Mandeville Square?
Yes, definitely. We'll be there on Friday. And people can look out for us, be there and giving all the information, hearing from the individuals as they come through with the different type of grant requests they may have. Definitely.
Steppa, this is something that you have been doing at the Digicel Foundation for a while. How would you assess it in terms of its success, and how proud are you at the foundation for what you have achieved so far?
Actually, I can tell you, sometimes you have some days that are gloomy, and you have some days that the sun is shining bright and nice. But I can tell you that in the partnership with you, with Dr. Nice, we would have gone on and developed our monitoring and evaluation framework that allows us to assess our impact. And in doing so, we have been seeing much of the impact, because impact not happen right away. You find that within a couple of months, a year, the turnover and the investment. So we are seeing good turnaround in the investment. We are seeing a lot of improvements in the agricultural sector that we are working in, the educational sector, social enterprises. We see a lot of development in those areas, and it pushes us to continue, especially on the fact that we are able to measure and own the impact and see where the lives are being impacted and changed. So we continue on the mission,
Yes,
and
yes.
it's definitely important for corporate foundations and foundations at large to, be a part of the social development of the country.
And that is why we commend what you're doing over there at the Digicel Foundation. Now, you're going to get a lot of proposals coming in. Within what time frame will you have determined who will benefit or who will get these grants?
We would have kicked off the grants at July 1st, so we are going to the end of August. We are giving it a 2-month comfortable cushion for people to be able to learn about the grant and develop, comprehensive grant proposals toward these grants. So we're really looking in a 2-month period to hear from them with their renewable energy projects, their ecological restoration, waste reduction, recycling. We are looking forward to the rainwater assessment, solar. We are looking forward to innovative applications coming in a 2-month period up to August 31st.
All right. Any opportunity and every opportunity that we get here on Bridge 99 FM to partner with Digicel to spread the word about what you're doing, to play your commercials, we always embrace those opportunities. And we're happy to have had you this morning, Miguel Williams, Director of Strategic Planning and Community Development at the Digicel Foundation. Your parting shot today before you go?
Give thanks to Richie B, and I will give thanks that for the bridge. To be able to connect us to the people far and wide and to spread the word even more. And Digicel Foundation continues with a good energy, clean environment for the people that put out the application.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There is a poet by the name of Steppa in Jamaica.
Yes, it is I and I.
I know it is Steppa, man, so we're just making it clear to the listeners out there.
It is I and I,
yes, sir.
Always stepping,
always stepping positively. Works are still in progress. Anything that new that you can send on to us? We'd love to get some of the material.
Most definitely, Richie B. I'll coordinate and get it to you right away. We're always doing the work and doing a lot of work with the grassroots instruments, the acoustic sounds,
Yeah, man. Super talent of Steppa himself talking to us this morning in a different capacity apart from entertainment per se, primarily as Director of Strategic Planning and Community Development at Digicel Foundation. Thank you, Steppa. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. All right, we've been telling you all morning that we'll be having the beautiful Sasha Smith as our guest in the studio, and here she is. Looks like her daughter is doing some filming as we speak. You can tell that's a budding filmmaker.
Yeah, man.
Hi. All right, I get a nice wave and a nice smile as well. Now, Sasha is a philanthropist, and she's aiming to make a positive impact through her charitable organization, the Young People Rise Foundation. Her latest initiative will be the Summer Invasion Back to School Giveback and Funday, which is slated for this Saturday, the 15th of July, at the Topdeck area in Glengoffe, St. Catherine. And she's got a lot of sponsors on board. I note that Miller Week Entertainment and past Glengoffe residents are supporting her, as well as others. She hails from Freetown in Glengoffe, St. Catherine. She's currently living in Florida, but she feels it's important to give back to her community. And that is why she's here staging this highly anticipated and looks like another big successful event. Good morning and welcome, Sasha. How are you doing today?
Good morning, and happy anniversary.
Thank you so very much. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm well.
We are the biggest 2-year-olds in town.
Yes.
All right. Wonderful to have you. Now, tell us a little bit more about your Young People Rise Foundation and its mission, really.
Right. So our Young People Rise Foundation mission is to leave no kids behind. So at this time, we give back to college students. We mentor young entrepreneurs. We give back to smaller kids like bags and books, and which is what we're doing this Saturday. We now incorporate the elderly as well, because they're just as important as. So we have the future and we have the past,
so to speak. Yeah.
So
it's all encompassing.
It's
I like
all encompassed, yes, because it I feel like both things is important to have a better tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. But what is the inspiration behind all of this that you're doing? I mean, how did it get started, and what's the inspiration really?
Well, what inspired me is my kids, right? And my biggest inspiration was my oldest daughter. I'm a teenage mom, so I had to raise her by myself, and the job that I've done with her, it makes me realize that I could do it with other kids to get more successful people out there. And when you say success, a lot of people think it's just mainly education of lawyer, doctors, in stuff like that. But we have skilled people that's really doing really well as well. So no kids left behind.
How's that?
I love that. I love that. No, Sasha, as you mentioned, skilled persons who need the help. A part of the program that I'm liking is the support for young entrepreneurs in the community. Can you just shed some light on that?
So on Saturday we have 2 barbers that's going to come and give the elderly a haircut, and we are going to give them a stipend to do so. And in for instance, we have people that have like catering business, bakery, and we sponsor them. We sponsor them. If you need help and you're serious about your business, then we're willing to help you.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow. So what's the selection process like? Is it just for the Glengoffe area, or are you looking to expand in other territories?
Well, that's where I started because that's where I'm from.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I'm looking to expand.
Okay.
Because a lot of people is asking me to expand as well.
Love that.
But you're already doing so well, because I note that you're planning to give away like 500 bags of supplies to kids in the community. You're doing all kinds of stuff on the 15th. Maybe you can tell us about some of the activities that will take place on this Saturday at the Topdeck area in Glengoffe, St. Catherine. Give us some more details on it.
Okay, so we'll have bounce house for the kids. We'll have like hot dogs and stuff like that for the kids. We have over 500 bags.
Over 500?
Over 500 bags. And we are also giving 24 bags to this basic school in Mountain View. So we're kind of stepping out just the same. And we encourage people from around the surroundings to come. And first come, first serve. That is very important, that they know that. Show up orderly and, we'll take care of you.
What time do you all get all of this started?
So for the elderly, it's from 10 to 2. For the kids, it's from 2 to 6.
Wow.
And for the elderly, we're going to check their pressure and give them goodies, food baskets and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a massive project that you have undertaken.
Yeah.
You don't even look stressed about it. I see, the hope in your eyes, so to speak.
Yes.
And the desire to give back. And I really applaud you on this. You couldn't do it by yourself, though, and I'm sure that you have others who have actually chipped in with some support. You want to give a shout out to some of those?
So I have, firstly, always thanking God, because He put the vision and the motivation in me, and people is feeling it, Yeah. So I first want to thank the Jamaica Police Cooperative Credit Union. They have donated hundreds of books.
Good.
And I would love if more corporate Jamaica would join in as well and help me along the way,
That's a Police Cooperative Credit Union.
Yeah, the Jamaica Police Cooperative
Interestingly,
Credit
I had a
Union,
conversation with a couple of members yesterday. Mr. Sean Lewis is one person with whom I spoke. Good morning, Sean. And Mr. Martin and the rest of the team. Big ups.
Yes. And then I have a few long-standing supporters that I want to big up this morning, like Sharika McFarlane, Tanya James, Kirk Thames, Sheena Brown, Chanel Harper, Kimberly, Thames Heath, Latoya, OQ Williams, and a lot more silent sponsors. A lot of them.
Yeah, so it's really not that difficult to get support then for initiatives like these.
Well, God have blessed me. So when I open my mouth, people just, oh my God. Them just show up.
Love that. So how can for persons who would like to help going forward, how can they contact Young People Rise Foundation? So
they can go through my my Instagram, which is bosslife.chapter38, and they can send me a DM. But also I have Sharika McFarlane, her number.
All right.
We'll send
we'll
that
get that information from your phone, which is on the other side of the studio shortly, and we'll announce that shortly after we wrap the interview. But we're hoping for good weather. Again, the seniors will be catered to between 10 o'clock and to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then the youngsters in the community will get their benefits from 2 o'clock until about 6 o'clock.
6 p.m.
And there'll be a little entertainment and music and vibes and so on there. All are invited to go on out.
Ice cream and cake.
Wow. Now you're talking about me now. That's all that me that go again after that.
She had me a bouncy house.
Yo!
Bounce about them reach already.
I had all the plans for my Saturday, but I'm now reconsidering. Anyway, it's all about the back to school giveaway and Funday this Saturday at Topdeck in Glengoffe. And the lady who's behind it all, Sasha Smith, is here with us. Congratulations on this effort. And I hope that God gives you the strength to continue doing it and to even getting it bigger as you go along.
I appreciate that.
Much love. All right?
Enough love, Sasha.
Football is on this evening. The Reggae Boyz will be playing Mexico. It is expected to be quite a match. No walkover. Could be a very difficult match for the Reggae Boyz, but we're definitely 100% in their corner. Shells, based on what we don't hear of any injuries for the team.
No. I just heard of one player will probably be missing just due to a yellow card situation.
Right.
Too many yellow cards accumulated.
Yeah.
But apart from that, the squad look good. Squad look healthy, and I'll have to give credit to Coach Grimmy in terms of squad rotation.
That's what they call him?
Yeah, that me call him. Yeah, Coach Grimmy. Hal Grimson. Yeah, we just call him Coach Grimmy. Squad rotation, getting a lot of players a chance to feature for the country. And what I like about this Gold Cup campaign, even though we want to win, we want the trophy for the yard, what I like about this campaign is that the wider world is seeing the potential of Jamaica. Because recently, even on ESPN, a lot of their analysts are saying that, I'm actually backing Jamaica to beat Mexico. Because they love the talent of the squad. They're in love with the front three. That Michael Antonio, Leon Bailey, them are great. Them love them. And of course, USA and Andre Blake also. Like them, everybody love Andre Blake. So
by the way, Andre has said in very clear terms that the team is ready.
Yeah, they actually look good.
Yeah, man. Them it sound like them have no doubts in their mind.
Yes,
and they're ready.
Team. It's a good team.
What I like is that the coach, he's keeping a certain pattern in terms of play, and many of the positions are now pretty much determined, like who's going to play where, and we've come to expect that, and the brothers are rising to the occasion. So they're settling down into that.
Yeah, squad
formation.
identity is important. Yeah. Not just for the players, but for the fans, the person like ourselves who follow the team. It's very important for us to see an identity from the squad. What kind of play we're supposed to expect. But what I also like about Coach Grimmy is that he's very honest. And he's solution driven, so if he sees mistakes, you're not going to see the same mistakes in the next game.
No.
So even against the game against Guatemala, which was very tough as I expected it to be, he came out and said, listen, we're grateful for this win, but this type of performance cannot beat Mexico. And I like that type of honesty, and I can tell that he might go fix things.
Yeah, man.
But I want to add though, this is the best run Jamaica has had in the Gold Cup history. What I like about this Jamaica team, we're not giving them enough credit. And I think Mexico is going to have a problem with that. Mexico cannot identify one goal scorer for our team. Like Jamaica has scored 10 goals. And it's coming from all areas of the field. That's very hard to defend against. And also, we've only conceded twice. No, twice.
Yep.
So far.
We've had our biggest score in any one match in the Gold Cup.
It's a good
so
look.
The confidence level is definitely
good look. So we can defend, we can attack. I just feel like this game against Mexico, as Coach Grimmy said, if we not tighten up that midfield, because if you watch the Guatemala game, give thanks for the Andre Blake, but listen, they run through the defense. They run through the midfield to defense too easily. And Mexico will punish us. But Mexico, they're not perfect either.
Nope.
They have holes in their defense. So it's going to be an interesting game.
Very interesting. I expect a high-paced, fast-paced match as well. The Mexicans are known for that.
Running.
Whether it be at the Azteca or anywhere else.
Yeah, man. On US, because on US soil too. So like them, they have a point to prove. They want to get to the final and win on US soil, because that rivalry between US and Mexico is insane.
Have they revised the rankings as yet? Because we were at 60, 63, I think it was.
I think we should see an improvement.
Must be about in the 50s by now.
We should see an improvement.
Yeah, man. I wonder if your boy, Casey, old boy, young boy, old boy. Whisper. I wonder if Whisper get a game.
It depends on how comfortable it is.
But we're going to be surprised though. This team is, it's a first. I said it even last night. It's the first since 1998 I've seen
the team playing like this. Yeah,
we've had stints.
Let me tell you something,
it's a good look. It's consistent.
I'm really one of those celebrating the fact that these guys, every time they go out there, everybody just seems hungry for goals.
They enjoy the game.
Yeah, and that is a good look. We have not been left bereft of goals at all in the Gold Cup.
We're grateful for that. No stalemate, none of that.
And the thing about it, Richie, the construct leading up to the goals.
Yeah.
I said it right here the other day. I'm like, hold on, a European football me I watch or something because the Jamaica this.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But of course, the game is at 9 p.m. tonight. So everybody just
good luck to the
check
Reggae Boyz.
Yeah, man, because it should be a good match.
We haven't said much about it, but by now some persons might have known that Lionel Messi has now landed in Fort Lauderdale. He landed yesterday.
Yeah, man.
And is preparing for what is being called an unveiling ceremony to be hosted by the new MLS club Inter Miami. So yeah, he's
yeah, but you never know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, the MLS in there, no.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he and his wife and his children landed yesterday, and so there's a whole lot of excitement in Florida.
I saw where David Beckham even spent some money to have a Messi mural constructed somewhere in the area. Big Messi all over.
Rollout, big time rollout. Messi said, and I quote, "My mentality and my head are not going to change, and I'm going to try wherever I have to be, give my best for myself and my new club, and to continue to perform at the highest level."
He better, because the club suck.
Well, yeah, that's right. They have not been having a good run at all.
The club now going good. Like, we're not even going to pretend. So
that will change.
They need a change in fortune.
It is definitely going to change.
He seems quite motivated himself. He actually went on to say that we are happy with the decision that we made, and we are prepared, and note this word, eager to face the new challenge and the new change. That's from Messi. So,
big up, Leo.
Yeah, man.